Okay, hello everyone. I'm Andrew. I'm a machine learning engineer. So as a part of my job as a machine learning engineer is keeping up with the AI field. And so every week I go and scroll Twitter for, like 20 hours over the course of the week. And then I go and condense everything that I've learned into a newsletter for you guys to go and sort of ingest all the information in a somewhat short form. And filter out all of the noise and just show you what is actually important and the key takeaways from everything that has been released and that has happened in the last week. So yeah, as Jordan mentioned, this also goes as an email as well. So even if you're not here at Sunday, you can also keep up with the news. Starting off this week from news from China, this is GLM, so ZAI is the company that makes this model. They are somewhat well known. I've talked about them quite a bit as a part of the news here. They are known for their fairly solid, very cheap, sort of like high rate limit coding model, GLM 4.7. I know a lot of people here at Sunday have used it. Their subscription plan starts at $3 a month, and you get more usage than you do with like a Claude Code subscription. Great value there. So this week they went and released. Oh, Nikolai already got it.
Increased prices.
Yes, I already. I talked about that in the second half. You're skipping to the end.
Okay. Well, that's $3.
That's because it hasn't happened yet. Anyway, we'll get to that. We're cutting ahead. They released their GLM 5 flagship model this week. So this is a complete refresh of their model, fully pre-trained from scratch once again. They made the model almost twice as large as their previous GLM 4 series of models, and they see large performance increases because of it. We find that both in terms of benchmarks and also in sort of like real world usage from what I've seen so far messing around with this model, it's somewhere between Sonnet 4.5 and Opus 4.5. So not all the way up at that same level as like Opus 4.6, that's still a bit far away. But it is, pretty solid model, definitely in that sort of like second tier, right below the very top where like Opus 4.6, GPT 5.2, Codex, it's in the tier right below those, I would say. Also very good at design. So there's this benchmark called Design Arena where people give models different prompts and it goes and designs a website based on your prompt and you judge them side by side. You get 4 different outputs from 4 different models. GLM 5 is the second best model on that benchmark, right behind Opus 4.6. It's a very good benchmark just because it's not something that you can like train for necessarily. It is something that people are voting in real time with their own prompts. So it's really good real world feedback there that you're getting. So normally, like I said at the start, the GLM series of models is known for its coding expertise and using it for coding. But this new release seems to also be a very good general model as well. For instance, on the artificial analysis hallucination benchmark, it actually has the second lowest hallucination rate of any model out there right now. The only model beating it is Haiku 4.5, which from what I've seen, the way Anthropic has trained it is just to like refuse a bunch of stuff because it's a small model and it knows nothing. Whereas GLM 5, it actually will answer questions still, but it also doesn't hallucinate very much either. Definitely seems like a more capable general real-world agentic or just day-to-day use model as well. Fun fact, on the ZAI website, you can just go and use it for free on there, pretty much as you want. Don't need a subscription or anything to access their top-tier model. As sort of Nikolai was spoiling at the start, is that with these increases in performance, in quality, and model size as well, they are also increasing the pricing on their models. So ZAI, in sort of like their release posts, they were talking about how they are very heavily compute constrained right now. And they're struggling to keep up with inference demand. And so the economics goes and tells them that if you're struggling to keep up with demand, make the cost higher. So demand will go down, hopefully. So for instance, the API pricing for the GLM 5 model has gone up by 50%. They also have talked about changing up their coding plans, getting rid of some of the sort of like quarterly or yearly discounts that you get with them. And they're also talking about raising the pricing on their 2 lowest coding tiers. Those price increases and removal of discounts haven't actually been applied yet or talked about yet from what I've seen.
It's like minimum $10 now.
Is it minimum $10 now? It's when I saw it. Okay, they might have changed it already this week.
So previously they gave out first period for half of one sort of price, and they removed it. The major reason. So first I did put like resubscribe.
Did you buy the cheap one?
Yes, but yeah.
It,
I bought it for myself, but not like I can apply it for my agents.
We talked about the GLM hosting versus the Chinese lab hosting their own model, right?
yes, this is them hosting it.
So just a minor asterisk on that is that if you're doing any sort of work that you care about, or any sort of work in like restricted access or anything like that, do not follow Chinese API and use Open Router. They host their own models. They have everything in the United States, especially for open source stuff.
That's the asterisk on that. Open Router, ZAI is on Open Router and a bunch of other Chinese. So, and it automatically routes to whatever one is the best one that it chooses. So it can still write to Chinese. So you have to like specify in there, yes, American only providers. You can't just use it straight up.
But it's also good because if you think that your code is fine, oh, because I'm just using this, it's open source and whatnot, you're still sending that data through that API. So if you're trying to patent something or you're coming up with a cool tool, be aware that you're sending data to China.
And yeah, or on the other side, if you want AI to be trained on your code base, they'll definitely go and do that there as well. If you want it to be better at your specific code. So yes, but yeah, as Will sort of mentioned though, it is also open source technically. You can go download it. It's like a couple terabytes, I think, or something like that. I mean, it's what, 700 million? So yeah, it's 1.4 terabytes.
There's a quantized
Well, yes, yeah, you can quantize it down to about 300. Yeah, Frida, yeah.
Should I buy it now? In the future, I have a good deal.
Yeah, if it's the $6 a month deal, that's the old price. If you can get it for $6 a month, that's a good price to get it for.
It's like even $10 per month is a good price.
As to $10 is still, yeah. I think the rate limits, it's 4 times more than the Claude Code $20 a month plan, and it's half the price. So you're getting effectively 8 times more value for your money on the $10 a month plan. Like I said, the model isn't as good, but also on the $20 a month Claude Code plan, you can only use Sonnet, which is a worse model. If you could get Opus on the $20 a month plan, it'd be different. Well, yeah, you get like 1 request with Opus. You don't get to code anything.
GitHub Copilot, $10 a month, you get access to Opus and Sonnet.
Oh, really?
And I still have one.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah. But anyway, a lot of talk. The model is a bit expensive for a Chinese model now, and the competition is heating up quite a bit, as we will see right now. So MiniMax, they are another Chinese AI lab, actually probably one of the closest competitors to ZAI. ZAI and MiniMax, fun fact, are both publicly traded companies. They are the 2 publicly traded Chinese AI labs that you can go and just invest in right now. So they try and beat step in step with each other because they're very comparable in that sense. MiniMax with their M2.5 model, their goal was to make a model that you could run for an hour straight at 100 tokens per second, and it'll only cost you $1 to go and do. And they seem to have at least somewhat achieved that with this model. So unlike GLM, this model is about 4 times smaller in terms of total parameters and also active parameters as well. So it'll be about 4 times faster in practice and about 4 times cheaper as well. This decrease in size, though, does not mean it's necessarily a big step down in quality. This one is another model that I would say, from what I've seen so far, it's somewhere in between Sonnet 4.5 and Opus 4.5. It's a very wide gap between those 2 models, and there's a lot of range there. But definitely very strong model, especially given its size. Here's pricing breakdown. So you can see MiniMax output token price $1.20, whereas GLM is about $3.20. So about that's straight up just $2 more for GLM per million output tokens, and both are like 10 times cheaper than the other sort of like big lab options as well. One final thing, so yeah, MiniMax, I don't have too much to say about it other than that it's pretty good, pretty fast. It does struggle a bit more in long context regimes. So MiniMax, their sort of whole idea of like having an agent that runs for an hour for $1 is that it's doing long horizon agentic tasks. The issue is that this model seems to sort of fall flat when it comes to higher context lengths. So in the long context benchmarks, it is much worse than GLM5. So I'd say GLM5 is a much more polished model, but MiniMax is much cheaper. And if you're not doing anything too complicated and you want yeah, something super cheap and fast, I would go look at that as well. I believe their coding plan also starts at $10 a month now, which from what I've seen is basically infinite usage. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say that they've run into rate limits on the $10 a month plan with that. So that's another one you can go and check out. Both of them plug into like Claude Code or any other sort of coding framework or tool that you're using. The super easy setup. They have guides in their docs. I think I have it linked in the article here, how to go and do that. So yeah, any questions about those two models, Chinese models in general, releases for the week? Cool. If not, we will move on to OpenAI news. So they released, or actually I should say first, they partnered with Cerebras, I believe like about a month ago now. So Cerebras, for those that don't know, they make their own custom inference chips that are meant to go and run LLMs extremely quickly. So they can run models at 1,000 tokens per second. Whereas, traditional GPU providers, you're usually only getting around like 50 tokens per second per user. So yeah, OpenAI partnered with them, and so they have now released their first model on their platform called GPT 5.3 Codex Spark. Not a mouthful, very easy to say. But this is a smaller version of their sort of frontier level GPT 5.3 Codex model. And it runs way faster. Like I said, like about 1,000 tokens per second. So I believe GPT-5 right now is running at about 50 tokens per second, like 40 to 50 tokens per second. So yeah, it's about 20 times faster. The issue though, and the reason this isn't bigger news, is that this model actually kind of stinks. It's so bad, in fact, that it's actually slower, despite being way faster in token per second, because it is much worse at understanding its own context and using tools. So you can see here, this is somebody on Twitter just went and sort of benchmarked it. They find that the model uses, like more than like 5 times the number of tool calls. And so overall, it's actually a much slower model than the bigger version is. It's also only available on the $200 a month OpenAI plan. So yeah, if you're interested in using this model, I'd say don't. It's a waste of time, both literally and figuratively. But it is cool to see. This is a small model. I think Cerebras, this is about the max model size they can host right now. Just judging based on the number of tokens per second. It's actually similar to the GLM 4.7 series of models. So people are speculating that they're roughly the same number of parameters. So about 500 million parameters for this model. Excited to see when Cerebras is able to host the full big GPT 5.3 model on there instead, because that will be super cool to have all that intelligence that's also running 20 times faster. Next up on the sort of quicker bits of the news, it's NanBeige, I realize, not NanoBeige. But yeah, Chinese company, Chinese HR company, I should say. They went and released what might be the best small on-device LLM out there right now. They went and just took a bunch of high-quality data and just trained the ever-living daylights out of a 3 billion parameter model. And it, according to the benchmarks at least, outdoes very strong Qwen 3, like 30 billion parameter models, 10 times larger. So the 3 billion parameter range, this is something that you could feasibly run on your phone at sort of like a comfortable like 20 to 30 tokens per second probably. Or at home, like on your Mac, or on if you have like a gaming GPU, definitely can run on any of those. The vibe check also seems to pass. There was a benchmark, so the International Math Olympiad just wrapped up like 5 days before this model was released, and this model got 80% on that, which equals like a lot of these 30 billion parameter models, like the other benchmarks seem to say. So either this lab is benchmaxing to like a level that we've never seen before, where they're spawn camping new benchmarks the moment they come out right for their release, or it actually is pretty good. And from what I've seen, the general sentiment of people on Reddit and on Twitter is that this model is in fact actually at least as good as it seems, or at least better than its weight, better than its size would entail. So yeah, if you're interested in running LLMs like on your own hardware, I would definitely look at this. Okay, and then finally, we will talk about, for those of us using Claude Code or any other sort of like coding agent right now, something that you probably have encountered or worry about is the agent going and running destructive commands and wiping away all of the progress that you've made. So that could be like a git reset command or it could be like RMRF or something like that. So I actually found this tool called the Destructive Command Guard this week, which goes and it has a hook in there. So whenever your agent tries to run a tool call, it goes and has a list of commands that would be destructive or would sort of like remove the progress that you have made. And it stops the model and tells it to go and find a different path instead. So it takes like 10 seconds to install, and it just removes that headache entirely for you. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. So yeah, if you vibe code or code and you've run into this issue before, I definitely go and check this out. This will save you a lot of time and headache of your agents acting silly. So yeah, that's all I had for this week. Did I miss anything else? Anything else that people want me to talk about? Or any questions about anything that we discussed as well? Cool. All right. Everyone's enjoying the fish video. So yeah, thank you all for that. If you're interested in signing up for the newsletter to get this every single week, here's the QR code that you can go and scan. You can enter your email there, and I will send it out. So yeah, thank you.